In the throes of the Second World War, while nations clashed and alliances were tested, a peculiar incident unfolded that would later be known as the hair-pulling War of 1944. In the midst of global combat, with the world's attention focused on the front lines, a different kind of battle was taking place, one that was not fought with guns or tanks, but with razors and humiliation. The setting was France, a country under the yoke of German occupation. As the tide of the war began to turn and the liberation of France became a reality, an odd and unsettling phenomenon began to occur. Women, who were accused of collaboration horizontal with the enemy, found themselves on the receiving end of a cruel and public punishment. Their heads were shaved clean, their dignity stripped away as surely as their hair. This act of public shaming was not a quiet, behind-doors affair. It was a spectacle, a show of retribution and scorn that was often accompanied by public humiliation. The hair-pulling War of 1944 was not a traditional conflict. It was a strange, unsettling episode that played out in the streets of France, a war that targeted those who were already vulnerable, already suffering. As the world was embroiled in conflict, a different kind of war was being waged on the home front, one that targeted the innocent and vulnerable under the guise of justice. This was not a war fought with guns and bombs, but with scissors and razors, and the victims were not soldiers, but thousands of French women. This incident, often referred to as the hair-pulling War of 1944, saw women, many of whom were falsely accused or in vulnerable situations, subjected to a humiliating punishment. Young mothers, women without support, and even those who were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time found themselves targeted. The accusations? Alleged collaboration with the enemy. The sentence? Not a trial nor a jury, but the swift, unyielding cut of a blade. Hair, a symbol of femininity and identity, was ruthlessly shorn from their heads, marking them as outcasts. The estimated number of women who endured this ordeal is staggering, at least 20,000. Yet some suggest the true figure could be much higher. As the war raged on, the practice of head shaving, this ugly carnival, began to draw condemnation. Resistance leaders, seeing the harm it was causing, warned of reprisals against those who continued the act. In a time of global conflict, these women bore the brunt of a war they did not start, victims of a misguided sense of justice. The hair-pulling War of 1944 left a deep scar on the psyche of a nation, a cruel reminder of the violence that can be inflicted in the name of righteousness. This dark chapter in history brought to light the harsh reality of how women can be treated during times of war. It revealed a grim truth that in the midst of collective hysteria, innocent individuals can fall prey to false accusations and public humiliation. The repercussions of this incident were far-reaching and profound. It served as a stark reminder of the darker side of human nature, a side that can rear its head in times of conflict and upheaval. It cast a shadow over the liberation of France, a period which should have been marked by joy and relief, but was instead tainted by acts of unwarranted violence and degradation. The hair-pulling war also sparked conversations and debates that continue to this day. It forces us to question societal norms and prejudices and to confront the harsh realities of war that extend beyond the battlefield. It serves as a reminder that every war has its unseen victims, individuals who bear the brunt of collective rage and suspicion, their stories often lost in the annals of history. While the world remembers the heroism and sacrifice of the Second World War, let us not forget the unseen war that was fought on the streets of France, a war that left its own indelible mark on history.